Trey works the clock. Nice pass. Collins denied.
Oh!
Boy, two guys go.
He needs some milk.
Down. He hit hard on his back, and a foul is called on Jaren Jackson. But man, is JC.
What's going on, NBA fanatics? This is your friendly neighborhood Memphis Grizzlies, home of Memphis X, and I talk hoops. Today, we are talking about the hottest team in the association, your Memphis Grizzlies. But first, every hero needs their theme music.
Piano.
Grizz gang, go hard. Baddest in the game, we be on one. I talk hoops, so secure. All up on the court, but we gon' score. Memphis bringing heat straight from Tennessee. Jaren spiking, let's go, boy. He that MVP.
This is Memphis X with iTalkHoops. While you are here, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to be notified every time I drop a video. I have a goal to reach 3,000 subscribers by the playoffs, and I'm going to need your help to get there. Thank you.
Water, $1.
The fuck? You think I dream of coming to work up in this shit on a Sunday morning? Tell all my friends what a good job I got? I'm working to support a family, man. Pretend I ain't talking to you. Pretend like I ain't even on this earth. I know what you are. Now, I ain't stepping two, but I am a man. And you just clip that shit and act like you don't even know I'm there. I don't. I'm here. Look, I told you I wasn't stepping two. I ain't disrespecting you, son.
You want it to be one way.
What?
You want it to be one way.
Man, I don't
You
know
want it
what
to
you...
be one
Man,
way.
stop! Stop saying that.
What is the other way?
The Grizzlies won their league-leading 6th game in a row in Atlanta, which was basically East Memphis, with a victory over the rudderless Atlanta Hawks, 123-119, a game in which the Grizzlies played fairly well except for one thing, and that's they got brutalized on the boards. The Hawks had 14 offensive rebounds and 25 plus second chance points. I don't forget the final number, but that's what kept them in the game. That and Trae Young's grifting for fouls. He got 12 free throws in this game. Morant did get 11, so I guess we can't complain too much. But this is another game where the Grizzlies showed how great the acquisition of Luke Kennard has been. Luke Kennard with another double-figure game off the bench, 5 of 10 from the field, 4 of 9 from three-point line, 7 big rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, only 1 turnover, and he was +3. It is just so damn comforting to have another dead-eye shooter on the court, in which you have at least one of them on the court mostly at all times. It is very, very comforting. Desmond Bane had a big game also, 11 of 18 from the field, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 25 points, +6. Morant, of course, starting for his first game back since suspension, 27 and 6, 1 steal, 3 rebounds, 9 of 17 from the field, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. And it's no coincidence, people, it's no coincidence that ever since we've gotten Luke Kennard and Ja Morant back, the shooting percentages are starting to tick up. Defenses have had a lot to key on. Tyus Jones keeps playing well. Even though he went to the bench in 23 minutes, he still managed to put up 13 points, 5 assists, 0 turnovers, and hit 2 threes. Xavier Tillman, 15 and 8. Jaren Jackson, 15 and 8 with 5 blocks and 3 steals. This was a much-needed road win for the good guys. Like I said, they have the longest win streak in the league at 6 wins, and they are the best over the last 10 games at 9-1. The only team close is the Cleveland Cavaliers at 8-2. Everybody else is worse. Got a bunch of 7-3s. The second best team in the West over the last 10 games is the Sacramento Kings at 7-3. The Nuggets have been 5-5 over the last 10 games. The Grizzlies are still 3 games back, though, because the Nuggets were able to beat the Bucks, who won the second game of back-to-back, going into Denver. But, like I said, this was a much-needed win, and it's good that the Grizzlies are finally, once again, back in their rightful place at the top of the NBA as far as perception and play on the court. And they are slowly learning how to play without Steven Adams, which should be a help in the playoffs. And they are looking to get Steven Adams probably with 1 or 2 games left in the season. He might get a couple games to warm up, get his legs up under him. Then, of course, they'll have some time off while the play-in games are going on. And hopefully Steven Adams will be good to go by the first game of the playoffs, because we're going to need him to keep teams off the board. Our defense is good, but with Jaren Jackson roaming and all the other guys being undersized, basically, we are getting murked on the boards as Jaren's man is usually getting the rebounds as he is trying to protect the rim. So Steven Adams basically plugs that hole just like Luke Kennard plugged the hole we had as a deficiency in three-point makes and attempts. And the Grizzlies have been trending up. So I expect when Steven Adams replaces Xavier Tillman, it's going to be a different look because Xavier Tillman is so good out on the perimeter against smalls with his footwork. Steven Adams is a bit challenged at that, and we don't know what kind of condition Steven Adams is going to come back in. He was probably the most athletic I've seen him in a couple of years this season, at the beginning of this season. So it was a shame that he got hurt. He was blocking shots real well, moving his feet real well. So, but if he can just give us, 15 minutes, that should be enough. 15 minutes in those key times when you don't have Jaren, or when you want to play Santi as the floor spacer at power forward. It's a good chance that can help. That will help because we got murdered on the boards. Now we got a game against the Orlando Magic coming up. Then we got a twofer coming against the Paul George-less Clippers in Memphis. So we got 3 home games coming up. And these 3 home games are big because we should be able to win all 3 of them. But, in the NBA, anything can happen. And the Nuggets, next 3 games, let's see, do they have any tough games? They have the 76ers, the New Orleans Pelicans, and then they have the Phoenix Suns and Golden State. So they have 4 moderately difficult games, 3 of them at home, though, so they should probably win at least 3 out of 4 of those games. Then they go on a 3-game road trip at Houston, though, at Phoenix. Hopefully KD's back. And then you got Utah, who's going to be taken, and Sacramento at the last game of the season, who's probably not going to be playing for anything. They have them at home. So it looks like it's going to be almost impossible for the Grizzlies to catch the Nuggets for first place, but, that's okay. That's all right. We had a little bump in the road right about before the trade deadline, and that probably really killed our momentum. So the key is to stay in front of the Sacramento Kings, who could and should be going on a little win streak right now. I think their schedule softens up. And with the Phoenix Suns, it depends on, we don't have to worry about them as far as our game's concerned. But I would really like to bury the Clippers into the play-in game. And, hopefully get the get the Timberwolves and the Warriors out of the play-in territory because, it would be good to – I know people have this little fear of Kawhi Leonard. I don't really have that fear. I would like to see any of those guys like Kawhi, the Lakers, or the Thunder, because it looks like, the Mavericks are running out of gas and the Jazz have taken their foot off the pedal. So it looks like hopefully within the next week, we'll get a little bit clearer picture on where we face as far as who's going to be in the 7th, 8th game, because that's who we're going to take the winner of that in the first round. So, hey, at this point, the way the Grizzlies playing, all that matters to me is the health of Steven Adams. Other than that, bring any of those teams on, because like Ja Morant said, we're fine in the West, baby. Peace.